So let me give you an example. I was on Woodbridge Group. They sell larger companies. They don't put a valuation on it because they don't want to put a price on it because a portfolio company might look at them and just roll it up.
Right.
There's one customer does IRX task planning. They have two customers in the business are responsible for 100% of the revenue. I wasn't interested because it's too much risk. I mean, so what do you do in that case? Are you just looking for a specific person that could tuck it in type of company or what?
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, it was, there were two risk items here. One of them was the high customer concentration. And the second one, it was a woman-owned business certified company. Right. So,
yeah.
And you know, the reality is most women-owned businesses are not going to get bought by another women-owned business. They're going to get bought by a non-women-owned business. So that certification could be an issue for the buyer. And in this case, you know, we had to get past that as well. But we got a really nice deal done. It was a roll up to a much larger company. So that 98 or 93% customer concentration just kind of melded once you know, put it in the pot with everything else. It was no longer such a high concentration. So it worked out.
Yeah. When you say women-owned, is that because she was able to get contracts for being a female? Yeah. Right. I'm familiar with the GovCon business, and that's what they do. They set aside contracts for specific groups. Yeah. Gotcha.
You know, most women start out that way, and I did as well. I got a women-owned business certification. I think over time, you tried to get business without that certification. And I think, but I talked to many women who still maintain that. And then they swear up and down, it's what gets them the business. And, you know, I advise them and say, look, you know, if you are planning on selling, you need to drop that certification and be able to show the buyer that you can maintain that business, especially if it's somebody that you have to re-up with every year, that you can maintain that business without your certification. And that's the only way to really demonstrate that someone's still working with you without that certification. But that's a hard thing to do. And what I tell people to do is, like, you know, go get the certification, just don't file it. And of course, you're going to get 10 emails that says, hey, we haven't got your filing. And you just, you know, then you have to say, you know, we have it, we just don't want to use it anymore. And then see what the response is, right? And if they're like, okay, no problem, they just can't check that box with you and they move on. But usually by then they've had a great 5-year, 10-year roll with you. And, you know, they're obviously using you not because you're women owned, but because you're providing great value in your services and your products.
Yeah. Did the buyer of that company discount your multiple because there was a high risk in there and that was women owned? Did they?
No, they didn't.
No.
What we did do instead is put an earnout in there that would extend beyond that period where the certification was required. So really there was like a 3-year earnout so that we could prove out that revenue was going to continue on.
And so that's kind of a traditional private equity model where they're buying 66% of the business. She stays in for a second bite of the apple if they sell that portfolio to another larger company.
Yeah, and she did roll some equity.
I hope this video has inspired you. If you need help buying your first $1 million business, make sure to visit me at dealflowsystem.net. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe down below. Comment on it, share it, tell everyone about it. And thanks for watching.